If you need prayer, listen, we're here for you. We want to pray for you. We care about you. No, you're not alone in this life. And if you need somebody ever to pray with, our prayer line is open around the clock. You can call right now, 866-987-7729. That's 866-987-PRAY.
Tragedy struck yesterday in the upstate of South Carolina with a young police officer that lost his life in the line of duty. His name is Officer Matthew Hare, 22 years old, and just praying for the community, the police department, his mom Ashley, also his girlfriend Hannah, his friends and family. 22 years old. Looks like he's only been a police officer for about the last 10 months and was killed in the line of duty. He was responding with another officer to someone that was having a mental health issue, but keeping them in our prayers as well.
Well, definitely going to pray because listen, this strikes really close to home for me because my son and daughter-in-law are both police officers in Tampa Bay. And I think about them daily in their life and what they're going through. This is horrific for a parent. Father, in Jesus' name, we lift this up to you. I think about the Easley Police Department because this is one of their brothers in blue, Matthew Hare, who served and was doing something that he probably dreamed of doing. And his life was given up in the line of duty to help save a young lady who was on a train track. God, thank you that she's with us and she's got a shot at life and she can turn things around and what she's going through, God, may she get the right help that she needs because you love her desperately. The other officer that was there that witnessed this in front of his eyes, God, I pray for him that he'll have this peace somehow, some way. He doesn't have to relive it over and over again for the rest of his life, God. He desperately needs you. For Matthew's mom, Ashley, she's going to be hurting for a while. God, I pray for her to have some comfort today. For his girlfriend, Hannah, who probably started dreaming about life in the future with the one she loved, Matthew. And now this happened, and life has just been completely altered for her. God, I pray for her right now. And for everybody who loved Matthew desperately, that were in his life and they're missing him right now. Maybe even schoolmates because he's freshly out of school. I mean, he's so young, 22. So God, thank you that you're in this through and through to help everybody walk through the loss of Matthew on planet Earth and how heaven gained a young man who everybody loved. And God, I pray for safety for other officers that are praying along with us right now. Those who are first responders that put their life on the line every single day. I think about my son Wes and daughter-in-law Brittany, who are doing the same thing because they're both police officers. Keep them safe today. I just want to go and hug them right now. And God, thank you that you're with us, the one who was praying with us. And while something didn't happen in their life like what happened to Matthew, their need is real. And they need you right now. Thank you for giving them peace and being there in the middle of what's going on in their life to help them walk through it. We love you, Father, for it is in Jesus' name that we do pray. Amen.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Not only is Elizabeth, who's along with us this morning, is a teacher in Charlotte. She is now $20,000 richer because she won guys' grocery games. And first thing I have to know is, what did you spend the $20,000 on?
Well, when it arrives, it's going into my kids' college fund.
Good for you.
Are they excited about that?
They are.
Good.
I mean, nowadays that doesn't get you too far, but it's a place, it's going in the right direction.
Right, it's a
healthy
beginning.
start.
Right. So how do you say guy's last name? I always butcher it.
Fietti.
Okay. What
fun.
was it like meeting him and then being on the show?
Oh my goodness. Well, it was a dream come true because I've been watching Guy since he first came on the scene when he was on Food Network Star. And so that was cool to see how far he has come in, I don't know, 10 years or so. And he is exactly like you see on TV. He is a really cool dude.
But how did it come about? Like, did you put in an application, you waited and all that? How did that happen?
This is where I say it was a God thing for sure, because they were putting out on Facebook, hey, we're calling all teachers who would like to apply to be on our show. And 3 or 4 of my friends said, you need to apply for this. And I said, no, I'm sure it's a scam. So I didn't. And somebody reached out to me on Instagram. And at the time, and I still don't have a huge following on Instagram, but at the time I only had 600 followers. And somebody reached out to me on Instagram and asked if I would apply for the show. And, I did my research, LinkedIn, all of that stuff. And I was like, oh my word, she's real. And so I had a series of interviews that were very in depth, sometimes an hour long.
Wow.
And so it was a long process to get there. And I was just beyond thrilled when I found out I made it on the show.
So Elizabeth was on Guys Grocery Games, which it sounds like to me, you go through a grocery store, you get all the things in a certain amount of time, and then you make all the ingredients that you get, right?
That's true, except that they deliver some twists and turns.
Oh.
And so, for the first round, we were supposed to make an elevated school lunch. So that in and of itself, when you need to make something gourmet from like school lunch-ish, and which I made tostadas, so it was like an elevated taco.
Oh, yeah.
But then you have to solve clues. And you have to incorporate that into your dish. So, they ask questions like, what is the capital of Peru? So Lima. And so you had to use lima beans in your dish. So several things like that. And then the second round, you had to make an elevated school lunch, a graduation dish.
Okay.
And so for me, growing up in a Mexican-American household, we weren't doing steak dinners. We were making enchiladas.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we did. And you could only use ingredients which began with the letters B or C.
Oh, my goodness.
So all in 30 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
And make. I was sweating.
Yeah, and you came out on top. You're the winner. You get the $20,000 kids college fund, which I love that you're doing that. And what was the watch party like? Because you had like all your friends over to see the episode.
Oh my goodness. Well, people kept telling me, I know you won because you're having a watch party. And I thought, are you kidding? It's a dream come true to be on the Food Network, whether I won or lost. If I did terribly, I would be having a watch party because, oh my word, never in a million years did I ever think I would be on the Food Network. So I was so thrilled to see my friends and families and coworkers all there to support me. And, one thing that I really wasn't expecting is the cheers of all my friends and family and jumping up when I won and even like cheering when Guy introduced me and I ran out. I was not expecting to hear everybody hooting and hollering. It was just amazing.
Now, what do your son and daughter think? Because you have 2 kids. What do they think about all this stuff now?
Oh my goodness. I asked them, I said, do you get sick of people asking you about it? And they're like, no, Mom, it's so awesome that you were able to do that. And they love it too.
I love that they support you in all of that. And to think that, you have so much energy. Not only are you doing the Food Network thing, you do crafting for like online classes for Michael's and a teacher on top of that. Girl, when do you sleep?
People ask me that a lot, and I say, when I sleep hard. Ask my husband.
Mm-hmm. So
you have to have energy to keep up with kindergartners.
Yes, you
right.
do.
So we're talking to Elizabeth, a teacher in Charlotte, won Guys Grocery Games recently. The episode was just on. Let me tell you, Elizabeth is so popular that she does a parade with a chicken and the Chick-fil-A cow.
She said,
Now, I don't know if this is like October 31st, but you are in a picture on your Instagram, and you are literally parading with a chicken and the Chick-fil-A cow.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A cow's behind you, and you're holding the hand
Of the
or the
chicken.
claw. What would you call it? Of a chicken or a rooster.
Oh, I have to see this. I have not seen
You don't even know.
Was I photoshopped in?
No, it's you.
You're wearing a cute pair of like overalls.
You got overalls on. It looks like it's October 31st, and you're doing trick or
You know what
treats.
that is?
What
oh
is
my
it?
Gosh. You know what that is my kids wanted to dress up as inflatables for Halloween.
Aha, see?
That's what that is. That's what that is.
That's
so I
hilarious.
thought, and I love a themed, I love when the kids go as pairs to Halloween. And we've been doing that since they were little, since Lucas came along, Princess and the Frog. And so, they are such good sports. Well, Lena, of all people, she was in 8th grade and she's like, Mom, I really want to be an inflatable. And I was like, what? So then finally I let all her dreams come true the next year. So she was a cow and I made the Eat More Chicken logo for her. And then Lucas was a chicken. And the funniest thing is that his teacher was so amazing this school year. She allowed him to wear that chicken suit to school.
Get out.
Oh my goodness.
I am not kidding you. And I was like, it's a distraction. And she was like, I think it's amazing. So she
so
let him wear
great.
it. And she's made it her profile picture. You could see him studying for his science test
In his
the
chicken
chicken
I was like,
inflatable. How amazing.
Lucas, you better have made a good grade. And he did. He got an A that day.
Good. He
That
got
is
an A.
so good. Elizabeth, thank you for being on with us, and congratulations for winning Guy's Grocery Game.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I think you've probably seen on Facebook or X or Instagram something of this bear at a zoo that looks like it's really somebody in a bear outfit.
Yeah, I think it's somebody.
You think?
I don't think it's a bear.
So when you see this, because this video's been flying everywhere. It's been all over news and TV and stuff like that. And I wonder what you think when you see this. But this bear is literally standing upright. And it looks like it's waving to people because it is, staring straight at people, right in front of people across the big gorge
enclosure,
that it
yeah.
has in it. It's enclosed. And it looks like it's talking to people because you can't hear anything, right?
Sure.
And so here's the thing. It's a certain breed of bear. And when you look at it, because the back of it looks like it's a suit and it's sagging at the butt.
I was going
right?
to say, just that it looks like it's too big in the booty and it's hanging way down. And then up under the neck, it looks like a human, like their skin.
Mm-hmm. This is an actual breed of bear.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the bear sit down, then you realize, oh, this is really a bear. Seriously.
Okay.
I don't know if we have, because we can show this on His Radio TV. I don't know if we have a version of this video where you see the bear actually sit. After it's standing, it looks like it's talking and waving to people. But when you see the bear literally sit down, it looks like, oh, this is a real bear.
I don't think so.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Sorry.
And I think we're being influenced by what people are saying.
Maybe.
Seriously.
But I don't know. I think if I would have just, fresh, not heard anything and just seen the video, I still would have been like, what now?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Especially the mannerisms, because it looks like it's talking to people, it's waving at people, the bear is standing upright.
And it's just like, it looks like if you could hear something, like it's like, hey girl, what you up to today? That's kind of what the bear looks like it's doing.
I wonder what Scott Watson thinks about this.
That is a human in a bear suit. It is
Thank
too
you.
human-esque.
No.
It's, yeah. It
No.
looks
Watch.
like somebody's got a bear suit on.
Next time you see this, watch it sit down. And then you go, wait a minute, that is a bear.
When I find other video, I'm going to find this guy in like an easy chair with Netflix.
Okay,
You're
then.
listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
The sun, it's going to turn the hair gray. Sorry, Scott, because Scott likes to do the lawn. And so he's out in the sun all the time. Watch it. The gray's happening, man.
It's already happening on the sides here.
Yeah,
So,
well-
and I've got a little bit coming on the top, I've
Listen.
noticed. So,
A guy with gray hair, spit through the side of the hair, looks cool to me. I
Very
don't
George
know why.
Clooney.
It looks just really cool to me. But
isn't
they
it a sign of wisdom? That's what I've heard anyway.
Sure.
Yeah,
Tell yourself
yeah.
that.
Except in my case.
That's what people with gray hair like me tell themselves. So, sunscreen on the scalp, they say that helps
I don't see how
in
that helps.
preventing the gray hair. Wear a hat, of course.
A hat I get.
That makes sense. That's like a duh. I know that. And then use sulfate-free and color-safe shampoos. Don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, you could. My husband makes so much fun of how many shampoos we have in our shower, but part of it is because I do the color safe. I do color my hair. Maybe you didn't know that, but it's to
Looks
help.
natural to me.
It's to help keep that color pigment in there. But I didn't know it would work. If naturally, it keeps it in that way.
And then I didn't know this. You have to eat all these antioxidants. You know, the blueberries, the black beans, the squash, the green tea, the
Acai.
grapes, the broccoli, the dark leafy greens, you know, that kind of stuff. Because it affects the sun pigments.
I did not know this
I don't know
either. And putting sunscreen in your hair.
I do that.
Do you?
Yeah, I do that.
Well, I guess. I mean, I here's the thing. I put it on our dog sometimes because she has really light hair, not gray, but it's white. And so if we go out, I'll put it on her a little bit. So
I do
get
it.
that.
I do that on because my scalp, and I'm not a hat guy. I'll do a cowboy hat from time to time. My wife doesn't like it my kids are like, Dad, what do you take that off?
I think it looks great.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. But anyway, I don't. Other hats, I look doofy. I'm like, I don't look good in hats, so I don't wear them.
Well, I don't wear hats too much because I don't find one big enough.
Huh?
I have a large head
She has a lot of hair.
and a lot of hair on top of it.
She doesn't have a large head, but she
No,
does
I
have a
do.
lot of hair.
I do.
You have a
And
lot
I'm
of hair.
I do, but I also have a larger head. Believe me, I know
know.
this. No, and it's not like I'm like, oh, my head is so big.
Yeah, so
And
you're not walking around thinking I'm a bobblehead.
No, not at all. Although that's probably reality.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Something really scary happened in Felicia's life. Her son was at a point in the back seat where he needed CPR. And so she knows what to do. She's very knowledgeable in this area, but because this was her son, this was a point of panic. What do I do? I mean,
Absolutely.
everything just kind of flooded right out of the brain. It's like, this is my kid. What do I do? And then her husband was able to take action, and then everything's okay. Their son is okay, but this made Felicia think, I can't be the only one where all of a sudden, at the moment you need to apply what you've been trained to do, even if it's your own family, you got to remember what to do. So what she did was develop on her own what she calls a CPR wrap. And basically, it's something that you place on the chest that you keep with you. It's like a little packet. And it's almost like almost the size of maybe a wipey, you know, that you put in your purse or you put in your pocket or have in the glove box or something close by. Then you tear it open and it unfolds, and then you place it on the victim's chest, and it gives you the instructions on what you need to do.
No, it
Place
does
your hands
not.
here, do these kind of compressions, all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. And so she designed this herself, and now people are picking up on it. She posted it on her social, and people are like, this is brilliant. Give me one.
It kind of is like, why wasn't this the way it was before? Like
Right?
something that was available, because absolutely, I've thought about that. You know, you're wherever you are and somebody near you, a family member especially, goes into distress. Are you going to have the knowledge, the muscle memory to jump into action? But I love this, that it gives that step-by-step instruction.
Yeah.
And it even has like a number 1 on it, right?
Yeah, and it has all the instructions, so it's easy to do. Now,
Wow.
here's the thing, too. She developed this in 2017. 10,000 people now have these.
And we're just hearing about it?
Oh, yeah. Well, when she put it on her TikTok, all of a sudden, 40 million views.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, now I'm sure they're going to be flying off shelves.
Wow.
You know?
And she is saving lives.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's incredible.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
So here's the thing. You're hearing news about Spencer Strider and a big record that was made, 200th. I'm going to stop right there because Ninja, who is our producer, was doing some research on this. And tell us what you were researching and then what you found out.
So I read the headline as Spencer Spider,
Okay.
and I saw 200, so I was like, oh, this is a big spider. Like a record holder spider.
It's a Spencer Spider.
And, and then it was like strikeout, and I'm like, oh, so like bowling. Maybe they ran over it or something. I don't know.
Or
Okay,
the spider was
so
bowling.
here's the visual, okay? In Ninja's mind, as she's researching this, she's thinking a Spencer Spider. It was some kind of record. Then it was strikeout. So it was a
Yes.
bowling ball rolling down the bowling alley and squashed a spider.
A big, huge
A
spider.
really big one, right?
It was huge.
A huge
Had to
spider.
be.
That's quite the story to share.
It really is.
You know?
It may trump this one. Mm-hmm. About Spencer Strider.
Yeah. And then you found out what when you actually saw what this was about.
Baseball.
See, to me, if I hear the word strikeout, immediately I think baseball. I don't think bowling. But a Spencer Spider. I think there should be a spider named Spencer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With a mustache.
There is going to be one with a mustache.
With a mustache, absolutely.
Oh, that's because this ball player who made this record actually has a mustache.
Yeah, he did. He made the 200th strikeout, like the fastest ever. And he had actually made a record before, but then he broke his own record, which is pretty cool. And it happened Tuesday night. Atlanta is, I mean, they're doing well. They're way in the lead.
Scott's like really excited about this.
Yeah.
Braves are 12 games up. I mean, they're won 69 games so far this year. I mean, they're just going great right now.
They are going crazy. So they are in the lead for the National League, and then the Orioles are in the lead for the American League. So if the playoffs were decided today, Atlanta Braves would be in it.
Okay, whatever. So all of a sudden, you're talking about a mustache. So why'd you rabbit
Listen.
trail on a mustache?
Because this kid, like, I feel like the young men are following Spencer Strider for his mustache. My son has one just like Spencer Strider. It's like the old 70s. Big, huge, long mustache. And lots of guys have it.
Yeah, Scott
now.
used to have a mustache.
I did. I
Like
started growing a
Spencer's?
mustache in high school. I had the little caterpillar.
What's
and
a
then it started to
caterpillar?
get a little bushier, and I had it for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All it was a really tiny line underneath the nose. That's
Oh,
what
like
he had.
peach fuzz. And you call
Well,
it a caterpillar.
I had a little more than that. No.
Yeah.
I had a little more than that. And then a girl I was dating, and then my wife later too. She said, "You got to get rid of that. Get rid of it."
The mustache?
The mustache. Yeah.
So she doesn't like mustaches?
No, it
No facial hair. No.
It tickles and it's
It
dirty.
does. Is it dirty?
Yeah,
No,
pretty
you
much,
wash
yeah.
it. You wash the mustache.
I washed it, but it's just the tickle factor. You know.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
Yeah, and that big 70s. Like, I'm not with it yet. My son has one. He ended up on the Jumbotron at the Atlanta Braves the other day because they were looking for guys that had the mustache like Spencer Strider. And so it's a thing now.
Okay.
It's a thing, but I wish it weren't.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
The most hospitable people that you know and why. I'll start. There is Perry and Paige. They are so hospitable. They do things so well to make people feel like they're at home that they're known as, at least in South Carolina, the most hospitable Airbnb hosts.
Which it's a beautiful little, like a guest house that they have. It's on their property, and it's beautiful. I was on Airbnb. I was looking around at it, and it's super cute. But I think they go beyond that, more than just like decorations, the mattress, on the bed. Like, they take care of the people. I've rented, Airbnbs before. Sometimes you can't get a hold of people when there's an issue.
Oh, let me tell you. I mean, we read all the reviews when we book, and it's just like, if it's bad, we won't do it. But you know it because they reach out and they talk to you and all that other stuff, which is so good. They even built it. I mean, he built it with his wife and his son just a couple of years ago, and they're doing so well. They're close to beaches and restaurants and downtown and stuff like that.
And the price wasn't bad.
Well, I don't even know what it is.
I looked it up. It wasn't that bad.
It looks like Mama Liz and Joey are going. Before you know it. And it makes me think about people that are so hospitable. I mean, Scott will brag about his grandma.
My wife's grandmother, her name's Betty. She's 92, 93 years old, I think. And anytime we go down, she's in Florida. So anytime we go down there or she comes up to see us, and she doesn't travel a whole lot anymore because of her age, but the focus is always on you. So she's always like, don't talk about me. What are you doing? And what can I do for you anytime we're around her? And she's actually the person that introduced my wife and I at a wedding reception.
She really did take care of you.
Good care of Scott.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I'll make sure he's doing a good job.
I've gone to people's houses before where they have laid out, like, here's the washcloths. Like, they go ahead and set it out. Like, okay, the linen closet's right there. They don't do that. It's almost like a little basket, and it has little shampoos, and I'm like, am I at a 5-star hotel? No, I'm at this person's house.
The small group that we go to, it's at Michael and Chase house, and they're just so hospitable. They have everything laid out because we have meals and stuff like that before we do our small groups on Sunday nights. And it's like, this is just amazing. It's great when there's hospitable people,
It makes you feel seen and heard, and that's important.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
You are about to witness right now a daddy-daughter dance. No. Come on.
Okay, buddy. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
4, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, cutest Instagram I've ever seen in my life.
It's so cute. So Ruby is the little girl.
Wow, good job.
They're doing like a grapevine kind of a dance. It is the cutest thing. She keeps saying boom, boom. She's talking him through it. And her dad, JP, is standing beside her, and he is in it. 100%, not just, dialing in the dance moves at all. Like, he is all about it.
Every move he's matching that his little daughter's doing. She must be what, 4 or 5?
I think
maybe?
she's 5 or 6, something like that.
Man, he's got some
Choreographed
moves too.
He really does. And then I was scoping out their Instagram, and she is teaching him how to dance through the whole thing. But the dance move, when she says boom, boom, they shake their hip a little bit.
I know. They got it down. He needs like the best dad award ever.
Yeah, Mom's in the picture. She is actually filming everything.
Of
There's
course.
a little brother Sawyer that's running around. But what I love about this is they are creating so many memories. Dad is so the family is invested in each other because they're having fun with each other. They're creating these videos. It's just a lot of fun to watch.